Okay, so this is your systems of equations. We're going to use substitution to solve these. So this is the Nearpod that I would suggest you probably watch the video instead of just doing the Nearpod, but it's totally up to you. So kind of watch and see what happens here. Okay, hopefully you kind of saw what was going on there. Now, hopefully you started to notice a little bit of what was happening. So what do you think you're going to need for this kind of problem? This is what you will need. You're going to make sure one variable is solved, one equation is solved for a variable. Okay, so either x or y, it doesn't matter which one, but make sure one of them is solved for that. You're going to plug that equation into the other equation, solve for the other variable, and then plug that answer into either equation to get your other variable. Now, you'll see me, I usually plug it into the first one, but it doesn't matter. You can plug it into either, and the answer should always be its coordinates. That's really, really, really important. Okay? So what you're going to see now is you're going to lose me in the camera, but still hear me. Okay? I'm going to solve a couple of these to make sure you kind of see what's going on. So in this equation, you have y by itself. So that's good. I have one of my equations where a variable is by itself. So that means I'm going to take what y equals, and I'm going to insert it for y into the second equation. So I'm going to have negative 2x minus 3, but instead of y, I'm going to put what y equals, which is 6x minus 11, and it equals negative 7. Now think of order of operations. Parentheses first. So get rid of the parentheses by distributing. The negative 2x comes down. It's not attached to the parenthesis. Negative 3 times negative 6 is negative 18x. Negative 3 times negative 11 is a positive 33. That equals negative 7. No exponents. Now, you have like terms, so make sure you combine those first. So negative 20x plus 33 equals negative 7. Now you're solving for x. So when you're solving for x, you're going to subtract 33 from both sides. Cancel. So negative 20x equals negative 40. Divide by negative 20 on both sides to get x by itself. So x equals 2. Now, there's two variables up here, x and y. So I have my first answer, and I'm going to plug it into my first equation, but I know x is 2. So I have 12 minus 11, which is 1. So that means y equals 1. And just like in the video, you always need to write as a coordinate x comma y. There's my first answer, 2, 1. 2, 1. Okay, let's try the next one. Do you have a variable by itself? You do. Y is by itself. So I'm going to take this and plug it in for y. So 5x minus 4, instead of y, put what y equals. So negative 3x plus 5 equals negative 3. Distribute, so 5x plus 12x minus 20 equals negative 3. Combine like terms. So 17x minus 20 equals negative 3. You're going to solve for x in this case. So 17x equals 17. Divide by 17 on both sides, or just solving equations. So x equals 1. So I have my x value. Now, since I have my x value, I'm going to plug that in and find y. So y equals negative 3. Instead of x, that's 1 plus 5. So negative 3 times 1 is negative 3 plus 5. So that's 2. So that means y equals 2. So remember what you have to do at the end has to be written as a coordinate x, comma, y. X, comma, y. Okay. Again, do you have an equation with variable by itself? You do. It happens to be the second one, but it doesn't matter. It still goes in. So negative 3x minus 3 times the quantity 5x minus 17 equals 3. Distribute first. So negative 3x plus 15x plus 51 equals 3. So you have 12x plus 51 equals 3. Subtract 51 from both sides. This is a really pretty color. So 12x equals negative 48. Divide by 12 on both sides. Those cancel. So x equals negative 4. What do I do with that? I plug it right in. I'm going to plug in the first one just like I have been. It's okay. So negative 3 times negative 4, because that's what x is, minus 3y equals 3. So I have 12 minus 3y equals 3. Subtract 12 from both sides. So you have negative 3y equals negative 9. Divide by negative 3. Divide by negative 3. So y equals 3. But what do you not want to forget to do? Write it as a coordinate. Negative 4, comma, 3. Negative 4, comma, 3. Okay. Now this one, you have the x value, and it doesn't matter. So negative 3, instead of x, it's going to be 1 minus 3y. Minus 3y equals negative 15. Distribute the negative 3, so negative 3 plus 9y minus 3y equals negative 15. So you have negative 3 plus 6y equals negative 15. Add 3 to both sides. So you have 6y equals negative 9. Oops, sorry, negative 12, I apologize. Divide by 6 on both sides, so y equals negative 2. So you know what y is, so now I need to find x. Plug it into that first equation. So x equals 1 minus 3 times y, which is negative 2. So 1 plus 6. So that means x equals 7. Now be careful here when you're writing your answer. Remember, it is always x. See, I just did it. It's always x comma y, not your first number, but always x comma y. Okay? Okay. So you should take this quiz. Make sure you look and see what is done wrong up at the top. And then your homework is on the quizzes, which is linked right there for you.